domestic air and domestic sea travel to and from Metro Manila shall be suspended beginning March 15, 2020.
Good evening and welcome to BNI Supreme TV. So BNI Supreme TV is, of course, a project of BNI, which is the most successful business referral organization of its type in the world. This is our third episode here in BNI Supreme TV, Confessions of a Business Owner. My name is Janae Rabe, and I'm the founder and CEO of Aja Deliveries, a delivery concierge service. And of course, I am your resident host every time we have Supreme TV. So what happens in BNI Supreme TV? Every Wednesday night, we feature different businesses and at the same time, bubuksan natin ang mga puso ng ating mga business owners. So ang ibig sabihin nito is we want them to share to us their heartaches, their struggles, their ups and downs. We want to hear their challenges and of course, their accomplishments in their lives and in their businesses. So our show is an avenue for business owners and of course, even the aspiring business owners to exchange ideas and learn best practices and tips, which you can also apply to your businesses later on. All right. So again, welcome to BNI Supreme TV, Confessions of a Business Owner, where we like to keep things real so that your business can be supreme. So tonight's confession statement, ayan, I'm so excited. Tonight's confession statement is, pagod na kakaisip. Pagod na din ang bulsa. Kakayanin pa ba? Anyone here can relate to this confession? Napagod na po ba ang isip ninyo? Pati na din ang mga bulsa? So kaya pa ba? So this is a reality that our business owners had to go through, or probably some of us are still going through during this pandemic. So we're going to find out, how are our business owners able to cope? What are the things that they went through? I'm excited to hear their heart because this is really all about our mental health. At lahat ng yan ay ating malalaman tonight. Okay. But before we introduce our two wonderful guests, we shall present to you first our business hacks for the week. This business hacks portion of our show is where we share to you some business core values which you can apply to your business or personal lives. And for tonight, I'd like to call on Mr. Christian Beret of Sure Solutions Pest Control.
Hi, Janae.
Hi,
evening.
Christian. Take it away, Christian.
All right. Thank you very much, Janae. So, again, I'm here to present to you some new norm business strategies to help businesses bounce back. So, this is only a brief this presentation. I usually have this presentation for more than an hour, but we will just be discussing some of the few aspects of this presentation that I have. And the topic is business beyond pandemic. So, what should we expect as business owners after this pandemic or during this pandemic, and what should we do? Now, allow me to present to you this in a case study scenario. First, I want to share to you this simple topic: too big and comfortable. So ano kaya itong sinasabi kong too big and comfortable? I would like to present to you some companies na masyado silang malaki, sobrang laki. Pero unfortunately, I think they became too comfortable sa pagiging malaki nila. And ano itong mga companies na ito? As I mentioned here, these are former giants in their industry. We have here, of course, Yahoo, Sarao Jeepney, Kodak, and Nokia. Yahoo, alam naman natin before, Yahoo Messenger, early 90s, when you speak of email, kailangan Yahoo ang gagamitin mo. Unfortunately, now, nawala na sila. Before, their value was used to be that big na binibili na sila ng isang tech company, ayaw pa nilang magpabenta kasi nga alam nila na they're a big company and they don't need to be sold. So that's why hinayaan lang nila, time pass by, unfortunately bumaba ang value nila. So yung time na bibili na sila, ang baba na lang ng value. So anong story doon? Hindi nila hindi nila nag-grab yung opportunity yung time na yon na ibenta yung business nila. And then another story here is Sarao Jeepney. Unfortunately, we don't see much Sarao Jeepneys anymore and lumalabas nga e-jeepneys na eh. Sarao Jeepney halos nawala na. In fact, pini-phase out pa nga sila. So hindi sila naka-recover in terms of converting their business into e-jeepney. Pero I heard right now, ginagawa na nila yung ngayon. Pero I think that's too late na. And then alam nyo ba na yung kasabihan, di ba? You normally, naririnig nyo, tara, magpakodak tayo. So that popular term na magpakodak actually is a brand. So ginagamit na yung brand name na magpakodak tayo as magpa-picture tayo. So parang naging adjective na siya, no? So ngayon wala na rin of course yung Kodak. Alam naman natin yan na everybody's using smartphones na para magpa-picture. And speaking of smartphones, before nandyan yung Nokia. And a lot of people are using Nokia. Ngayon naman, wala na sila. So anong story dito? Yan, business strategy, number 1. Do not rest on your laurels and become too complacent. Be open to other opportunities. So there are a lot of things that's opening up in your business kahit na alam ninyo na gumagalaw yung business mo, akala mo malaki ka na or akala mo nagsusurvive ka na. Yung pala, time changes. So gaya nito ngayon, pandemic, nagbago lahat. So we hope that your business or some businesses were able to adjust to this change in the time. So yun, isa ito sa mga business strategy na dapat nating tatandaan. Be open to other opportunities. Now, let's move on to business study number 2, money transfer business and noodle store. Alam nyo ba na itong mga companies na ito money transfer business lang siya. Nagsimula siya doon. Ngayon, nagpapadala na siya ng tao sa space. Ito yung sinimula ni PayPal, ni Elon Musk. So before it used to be until now, may PayPal pa naman. Pero right now, what they're doing is, they've developed electric cars and they're sending people to space. Ano naman yung isang noodle company? Samsung. Samsung was just a noodle company in 1938. But right now, of course, they are developing smartphones. So what is the lesson that we should learn from this? Business strategy number 2, anticipate the future, innovate in order to achieve your next move. So whatever your status right now in your business, you must think of different ways to innovate, especially in times of pandemic. I'm sure baka may iba kang ginagawa sa business mo ngayon na pag nag-tweak ka lang ng konti because of this pandemic, eventually you can also send someone sa Mars or sa Moon, just like Tesla. Now, business strategy number 3 is go digital. Do you know that these types of technologies were born already before the pandemic? Zoom was born in 2011, EasyTrip 2008, AutoSweep 2015, GCash 2004, and Beep Cards 2005. Matagal na po pala itong mga technologies na ito. Andito na pala sila even before the pandemic. But the question is, bakit ngayon lang natin sila ginagamit? Especially for example, yung AutoSweep and EasyTrip. Ang traffic sa expressway kasi nag-a-apply lahat ng AutoSweep and EasyTrip. Pero matagal na siya. Ako personally, I'm guilty because I just recently started using GCash. Matagal na pala siya. These are very comfortable pala gamitin itong mga technologies na ito that we can adapt in our business. So, ito, pag nakikita natin ngayon, 2020, magkakaroon na ng cashless transactions, etc., etc. So what am I trying to point out here? we have to embrace the digital trends into our business. This is business strategy number 3. Marami na palang technologies involved. We're not just utilizing them properly. So, I hope guys, with these simple business strategies, I was able to share to you some tips on how we should move our business during the time of pandemic. So this is business beyond pandemic. So thank you very much.
Oh! Ayan guys, ang ganda. Ang ganda ng sharing ni Christian. Wow. So, we really need to be up to speed, right? Kasi pwede tayong mapag-iwanan. So, let's now dive into our two wonderful guests. So, I'd like to welcome on stage, on stage talaga, her debut uh, to the online world. Please welcome Miss Trisha Makadangdang.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, everyone. I'm Trisha Makadangdang. I'm a travel consultant of Funneling Travel and Tours Inc. And our job is, well, to remove the hassles of travel, whether that's for business or leisure. And we provide services such as flight ticketing, hotel bookings, visa assistance, and other tour packages.
Thank you. All right, now let's call in our next guest, of course, Mr. Dennis Landicho.
Hello, good evening. Yes, I'm Dennis, an architect by profession, and my company's term build is waterproofing service provider. So we fix leaks for houses and buildings.
All right. So, before we start, I want to mention that if any of you viewers, of our viewers, if you have any questions or you want to share something that's related to our topic, please post your questions in our chat box. And of course, we will read it out during the show. So don't be shy. Just write it down. So tonight and every time we have Supreme TV, it's a casual conversation. It's time for us to open up our hearts and really hear kung ano ba yung mga nasa sa puso ng ating mga guests. So, if you are a business owner and you can relate, you can also share. We'd love to hear from you. All right. So, good evening once again and welcome to BNI Supreme TV. So, my first question, kamusta po kayo?
Ladies
How
first.
are you, Trisha and Dennis?
Okay naman. Surviving. I think that's the word people are using right now.
Is the word not surviving. How
Yeah.
about you, Dennis?
Yeah, lunahan na ako ng survival, no? And I guess,
Ladies first eh.
apart from that, more positive, I guess.
Okay, more positive. Okay. So, our confession statement tonight is a little bit controversial, no? Kasi medyo siya, hugot talaga siya. 'Di ba? Sabi, pagod na ang isip, pagod na din ang bulsa. Kakayanin pa ba? Right? So, we of course know that this pandemic has greatly affected everybody. But what we want to find out is, kaya pa ba? Before we even get to the word kaya pa ba, I think a more important question is, what happened to you? To your business, to yourself as a business owner? Can you walk us through the process that you've went through physically, mentally, during this period? So, ladies first?
Ladies.
Ladies first, Trisha? Okay. Tell us
Well,
what happened to you. I mean, maybe you can focus on the business and then you can talk about yourself personally also.
okay. Well, when it comes to the business naman, ayun nga, we're surviving. That's it. Yun lang talaga, we're surviving. We're very lucky kasi usually online lang naman talaga yung business namin. I mean, it's not like people drop in sa office naman talaga. So, I guess we're lucky in that way na nakakapag-work pa din kami kahit everything is, work from home. Okay. Although, yun nga, alam mo yung first few months talaga ng pandemic, all we did was like refund, rebook, reissue, re-something. Puro re-something lang talaga. Okay. Although, right now it's doing a little bit better kasi paunti-unting nagbubukas na yung you know, yung mga places here in the Philippines, mga tourist spots, okay, and well, allowed naman na mag-travel. Pero not all the spots here in the Philippines. Personally, medyo I had like medyo ma-anxiety talaga, 'di ba? Like I'm pretty sure kahit kayo, you never thought na magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong type of crisis.
Lalo
Right?
na
I'm pretty sure it's
babae.
a surprise, 'di ba?
Lalo na
Yeah.
babae, Trisha.
Yeah. Emotional sort, 'di ba? So, although definitely doing better right now. Definitely doing better, no? Pero nung umpisa talaga grabe, sobrang ma-anxiety ako.
Yeah. So, Trisha, if you'll allow me to just to go back. So, two things I want to go back to. First is you mentioned na yung sa business nyo, you still had people calling you, connecting with you and all that, but it wasn't for bookings, but it was more for rebooking and
Yes.
refund, right? So, I can just imagine yung stress nun. 'Di ba? Refund? Oh my God. Kasi me, I'm an event host, 'di ba? So, if they ask me for a refund, oh my gosh. Or yung
Yeah, they
event
expect
refund.
agad-agad.
Tas
They expect
agad-agad, 'di
agad-agad,
ba?
oo.
Yeah, so, paano yung ano yung feeling niyo nung time na yon that the people were asking for all this blank?
Nakakahilo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you part of the team in your business that directly answers to these requests?
Well, we had a team for that. Usually, it's mostly although actually kahit mga travel incentives, medyo we had to rebook those as well. Pero
Ah,
thankfully, no, kinayanan naman, 'di ba? Kinayanan
yeah.
ng team namin. Oo.
Yeah. Okay. Kasi parang, did you experience any irate clients na parang demanding that, we have to do this, we have to get this, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Is that
There's a
true?
lot of
Syempre, we
those.
won't
Yes.
name names.
No, we can't drop names. I'm sorry.
Of course, we can't. Yeah. But totoo yun, no? It's the reality.
Meron talaga.
Meron talaga, right? So,
Meron talaga.
I can imagine the stress and the bulsa.
And the bulsa.
And the bulsa.
That's
Yeah.
included. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So on the other side naman, like when you said naman na the time that you went through the anxiety, um, not to be, not to be emotional about it, but just
Mhm.
so we can, I guess, share to our viewers how real we are and how real you guys are as a business owner. Like, what exactly did you have to go through, like mentally during this period when you were having anxiety?
Well, I think yun it's the fact that I never thought that we'd have this type of crisis like during our generation. Tapos parang we're just really not used to it. Diba? I'm just really not used to like all of it. Diba? So medyo ma-anxiety and
Did you
diba
have
scary
days that
lumabas ng
you
bahay.
scary lumabas ng bahay,
Yeah.
yes, right? And then did you have days that you felt like you're just crying or you're just, are helpless? Did you ever experience that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. May
Yes.
ganun talaga.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go naman to to Dennis. Let's take the male perspective this time. Siyempre, pag babae, alam na natin talaga. Ma-anxiety talaga po kami. Isama niyo pa po yung yung every schedule of the month na
Exactly.
added anxiety. Okay. So how about you naman, Dennis? So, walk us through the process you went through during this period, like, shortly after the lockdown. I know that that was the most stressful period. So tell us about it.
Siguro to put things in proper context, no, I would like to go back to December 2019. So usually, to fill up our our social media pages, so we had to put in 2020 Bring It On.
Yeah.
Because 2019 was particularly challenging. Pero at least to us, it was some sort of preparation for, big things for 2020. So, from January and February, we made a lot of, we could say gamble, uh, at least in terms of business. No? So, in a sense, lahat naman, no, sugal. Tapos, I would recall March 13, yun na, no. Rumor pa lang nun na magla-lockdown. Pero ganun pa rin, no, yung lineup ng gagawin namin. Kumbaga, masyado kaming marami naka-schedule. Tapos, I think na-recognize ko lang na totoo siya around 7 p.m. Yun na, magla-lockdown tayo. Ano yun? Alam mo yun, parang nagda-drive ka nung magandang kotse. Tapos, ang bilis-bilis mo. Yung humaharurot siya talaga. Tapos biglang yung announcement na yun, isang malaking pader. Yung pagsak talaga. Parang wreck. So doon, nag-flood lahat. Anong gagawin ko in the next few days. No? In-expect pa natin nun, in denial tayo. No? Kasi, hindi, 2 weeks lang naman yan. After 2 weeks, sige, tuloy tayo. Hindi pa sin 2 weeks, extend. So, extend na
Yeah.
naman tayo.
I remember that so
Yun, no?
clearly. Parang ano, no? Parang iniisip pa natin na hindi, ano lang yan, saglit lang yan, no? Ganun yung feeling natin. So, parang, we don't wanna accept that this is actually gonna
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as business owners, we can be resilient to a point that we are stubborn. No? Tigas ulo natin eh. Isip natin, 2 weeks, okay. Pagbigyan natin. Sabi 1 month, okay, kaya pa. Kaso nung habang tumatagal, yun yung question, no? Kaya pa ba?
Kaya pa ba? Kaya pa
Ang
ba?
hirap ng sagutin yung question.
So, let me dive into that question, yung word na kaya pa ba on that. So, what were the aspects that you felt like parang, ano yung kaya pa ba na questions? Which parts did you feel like yung kaya pa? Kaya pa ba na question?
Number one, syempre, financial.
Yes.
I mean, as business owners, we are prepared. No? Pero I guess I could also speak for everyone that we're not exactly prepared to go on lockdown or an extended lockdown.
For a long
And
period of time.
yes, for a very long period of time, and with people relying on us for apart from the salaries.
Yeah.
Ngayon nga, no, parang another word for the year is ayuda, di ba? So,
Yeah, the
they're in the
ayuda.
third time. So yun, tapos wala namang pumapasok. And whenever you try to collect, yun din yung sasabihin ng client na,
I know,
"Pasensya ka
right?
na,
So parang
hindi."
ano siya, no? Parang you're put in a rock and a hard place because your employees are asking for ayuda, for support, right? And then on the other side, you want to collect. Kasi like, I'm sure meron din mga iba pa na collectibles, di ba? That could help to provide for the other side. But their responses would be, what would be their response?
Ah, siguro do sa kinder version na alam ko sasabihin, yung the usual lines are, architect, alam mo naman yung sitwasyon natin. Alam ko na yan. Sige
Yes.
na yun. That doesn't have to finish the sentence.
Alam na yun, parang architect, alam mo naman, yung ganun, di ba?
Mm-mm.
How about sa'yo, Trisha? When you were trying to, in your business, we're trying to collect from yung may mga collectibles naman talaga. What were
It's
the responses of people?
same situation. Exact same situation. Mahirap din talaga.
No, talagang, pero
Oo.
did you actually, meron ka bang actually na nasingil or wala talaga completely?
May mga understanding na companies, pero not all of them, if I'm being honest.
Generally, in
May
in a scale of parang in a percentage, sa mga 80% ng may payables, hindi na sila. Ganun.
yes.
Yes talaga agad. Sa'yo,
Yes.
Dennis.
Well, top of mind, there was one who agreed to pay. Ano yun eh, yung parang retailer, no? So they were supposed to pay us on a monthly basis. So they
Right.
paid for February. Tapos, along with an email, requesting to waive the fees for the succeeding months. So,
Wave.
parang,
Hindi postpone, wave.
hindi,
Wave.
waive siya. So,
Wave.
yeah, medyo natagalan din ako bago sagutin yun kasi syempre, you have to, you have to think thoroughly about these things.
Right.
We can't really push them kasi kung babalik na rin natin yung situation, ganun din eh. This is exactly the time where our bargaining capabilities were tested talaga. Kung gaano tayo kagaling tumawan.
Bargaining capabilities. I like that. That should be our supreme word for the day, our bargaining capabilities. Let's flash that supreme word of the day, bargaining capabilities. How's that? How how did you make use of that bargaining your bargaining capability, Dennis?
Uh, one
Parang
good
ano, sino
example.
yung mas magaling? Sino sa atin ang mas magaling mag-convince?
One good example. Since this is a confession naman, ano. So,
Yes.
medyo mahirap maging on time dun sa pasahod.
Yes.
Uh, and we also understand na syempre kailangan nilang bumili ng basic needs. Gas,
Yes.
ganun. We have workers deployed in the province.
Yes.
Uh,
That's a good point. How many employees do you actually have deployed?
there
Just
were
because our
18
viewers have an
stranded.
idea.
Yeah.
There
There
were
were
employees that were
18,
stranded. How many?
yes, 18.
Ang
18.
dami.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So ganun na nga, no? So, March, April, kaya pa. Tapos, syempre, medyo manipis na, no? Kasi walang collection.
Yeah.
So, and I would understand, medyo mahirap makiusap na i-delay mo.
Yeah.
For the reason na kailangan nilang bumili. And I
Yeah.
know, aware naman tayo sa news, no? May dumadating na ayuda, pero not necessarily on time or
Yeah.
mabilis maubos.
Yeah.
So, yung bargaining na ginawa namin, since we cannot give cash, so sabi ko dun sa business partner ko na nandun, kasama nila, kausapin mo yung mga tindahan. Tapos, the workers, or at least those employees who are deployed, can get their supplies dun sa stores, tapos charge to our account. So, ganun yung nangyari. Kung kailangan nilang kumuha ng ilang kilong bigas, go ahead. Kumuha kayo dun.
So
Magalista
parang there's like
to
a
our
running
account.
credit provided for
Yes.
them. Right. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. That's really great. I think dun nga papasok yung how creative we are as business owners, no? How
Yeah,
yeah, ang
and,
ganda. Ang
and
ganda
when
ng
you think
bargaining.
about it, kasi kung cash, mahirap din eh, no? Kasi uh, we're, we're not exactly expecting them to properly manage the money.
Yes,
So,
kasi pwedeng
we'd
nakuha
rather
nila
get
yung
them
pera
everything.
tapos ipambibili lang nila ng Alfonso.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Tapos bukas gutom na sila ulit.
Yes. Oo.
Right? How about you, Trisha? Did you have to do some bargaining, make use of some bargaining capabilities with your staff? Like did some had to be in skeletal ba or what did
Okay.
you have?
Well, since the start of the pandemic, well, everyone was working from home. When it comes to, yung pagsahod, we did 50%.
Okay.
50%. From the start of the pandemic, I'd say a good few months then.
Right.
Right now we're doing skeletal.
Okay. So the
Ngayon pa lang.
50% meaning 50% of the employees work, tama ba? Or 50% yung salary nila?
Salary nila.
Yung
Yeah.
salary nila. Okay.
Yeah, we did that for a good few months then.
Yeah. And then how were they when they accept? I mean, paano yung response naman nila doon? Like were you able to bargain na this is the best that we could do, ganyan? Or were
No,
there complaints na parang bakit ganito lang?
no.
Ganun.
No, they were actually very grateful, no? Kasi yung ibang mga travel agencies, it's literally no work, no pay talaga.
Right.
Okay, so they were very grateful in that way na kahit 50% lang, and that's still a lot,
Yeah.
diba? Compared to others.
Right. Okay. Galing, no? So, ibig sabihin talaga as parang papasok din dito as business owners yung the relationship that you have built with your people, right? And how they will also understand your position. Like you're understanding them but at the same time they're also understanding you. Right? So parang
Yeah.
meeting halfway. Okay. So, I want to I want to ask naman, Dennis, on the personal side. So that was the business side. Like on the personal side naman, how did you like walk us through the process of your personal life or personal mental experience with the stress and everything?
Uh, how do we start? Ano kasi it's something kumbaga, the household has experienced the lockdown naman, no? So it's something very common. And uh, we can't really let them know yung the things that we're actually dealing with in terms of business. So uh, personally, that matter I had to keep to myself. And
Wow.
eventually,
So meaning parang all the stress you had to keep to yourself.
yeah, you'd rather bottle that up.
Yeah.
Kasi I mean, I have a kid who can't go out. I had a pregnant wife back then who can't go out to for the checkup.
Yeah.
So kung magdadagdag pa ako ng kung
Stress.
bigla akong sasabihin niya, ano kaya yung pasahod ko? Diba?
Oo
Parang
nga.
patong-patong na. So, yun nga. So, I'd rather keep that to myself. And kaya naman, nung umpisa. So, yun yung, I guess that's the point. No? Uh, Again, going back to resilience. Kasi
Yeah.
we were trying to, I guess, deny that
Mm-hmm.
we're actually experiencing a crisis.
Right.
So, kasi ano din as a professional, we had to deal with uh, emergencies, and
Mm-hmm.
although nothing that can quite compare to COVID, pero
Mm-hmm.
there were trying times. And
Ito parang trying to the nth
yeah,
level.
yun lang, oh. Kasi, di ba yung common mantra natin, no, this too shall pass.
Yes, these two shall pass. And then this one
Kaso
parang,
kailan?
when is it going to pass?
Yun
Yeah,
nga.
yeah, exactly. So yun kasi, parang, okay, mukhang hindi matatapos anytime soon.
Yeah.
So until finally, eventually it will catch up. So yung bigla kang magigising na madaling araw. If,
Yeah.
assuming nakakatulog ka, no?
Assuming
There were,
nakakatulog ka.
yeah,
Oh my
kasi
goodness,
bigla
that is
kang
so
magigising.
true.
So
Yeah.
there were, talaga, I know I could speak for everyone, at least for business owners, and even non-business owners. There were sleepless nights during, at least towards the first few months of the lockdowns.
Right.
Apart from the fear kasi, yung fear of getting infected, yung anxiety, tama yung sinabi ni Trisha, anxiety for the succeeding days, how we would survive
Yeah.
the
The
coming days and
uncertainty of
months.
it. No, the
Yes.
uncertainty of it. I think that's it. So I Dennis, you mentioned a really good word, no, yung word no resilience. And I think for business owners, I don't know if you felt the same way na parang did you feel like kay, kailangan ko pa tong kayanin, parang hanggang sagad-sagad-sagad na di kayanin ko pa to ng sagad-sagad, di ba? Did you feel that you were in that position na kahit hindi mo na hindi mo na talaga kaya, sinasabi mo parang kakayanin mo pa din?
Yeah,
Ano ba
yeah.
tawag dun? Masochista ba tawag sa atin? Hindi
Ano
naman siguro.
di ba yung parang yung movie, yung Yes Man?
Yung
So,
yes
if
man.
asked the question kung kaya pa ba ng isip mo, oh, kaya pa naman. Although at the back of your mind, alam mo hindi na eh.
Yeah,
Pero gano'n, no? Kasi we know people are relying on us.
right.
So, naturally, kailangan kayanin mo. So,
Yeah,
yun yung, yun yung greatest challenge for that.
yeah.
You had to say yes to all those bothersome questions.
But I think with what you're saying, no, na parang, did you ever come to a point yung parang, did you reach your limit in this period? Did you reach your limit and you parang said like, di ko na kaya. SHIT. Okay, bawal magano. Hindi ko na kaya. Did you actually get to that point, Trisha? Did you feel like there was a point na parang that you broke down and like parang primal scream? Do you know what primal scream is? Like Ganyan. Did you ever get to that limit, Trisha?
I would say, I think yes.
Yes.
I would
Okay.
say yes talaga. I mean,
Yeah.
you were there. Yes. Yes, hindi
Yeah.
kasi there comes a point talaga, right? Na
Yeah.
you're just too much into yung alam mo yun, masyado kang nag-iisip. You're
Yes.
oo, and well, it gets too much talaga.
And I
Kaya
think I may share about that moment that since sinabi mo naman na I was there, 'di ba? Parang it's a parang once na nag-release ka na, parang it's non-stop. Parang it's flowing. Like the tears are flowing, the heartaches, parang almost like di ka na makapagsalita dahil inilalabas mo na lang lahat ng sama ng loob mo, 'di ba? Parang
yep.
di ka na understandable, right? So, uh but after, oh sige, how about you? But before I answer ask my next question, how about you, Dennis? Did you actually reach a limit?
Well, I think breakdown is an understatement. Kasi when you say it's a breakdown, there are pieces to pick up. So
Yes.
to me, it felt like it was a meltdown. No?
It was a meltdown. Parang wala
Yun,
nang
yun,
pupukapin na maliliit na
yeah.
mga,
Parang ganun,
wala
at
nang
least. No?
bubuuin ulit. Ganyan. Natunaw na.
Yes,
It
yes.
was
I
a
think that's how it
meltdown. Oh
was.
my gosh. Okay. So, to our viewers out there, if you can relate, we'd love to hear from you guys because, here in Confessions of a Business Owner, we really like to keep things real because that's where we can see that we are real, like we are human. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you feel that business owners somehow overlook the fact that we are humans first and then Superman second? Trisha, do you think that, as business owners, not just business owners, even like yung mga employees or yung mga ibang suppliers, parang wait lang, tao lang po kami, ganyan. Do you feel that people somehow overlook that fact that we are people first, we are human first?
I think sometimes yes.
I think
Oo.
sometimes yes, no? Parang masyadong demanding to the world
Yeah.
around us. Yeah,
Oo.
yes. How
Yeah.
about you, Dennis?
Uh, yeah, I strongly agree. And to the point nga, minsan na, uh, I guess at the back of their minds, ginusto mo yan eh. Parang ganun, no? So parang wala ka namang
Oh my
choice,
god! Oh my gosh! Yes, I can feel that.
di
Like
ba?
some
So,
of the
ba't ka
employees,
magrereklamo kung
maybe.
sinimulan mo in the first place,
Yeah, maybe
di ba?
some of the employees, no. I mean, no offense, sana wala pong matamaan. Maybe some of the employees are thinking like that, na parang, ginusto niyo yan eh, di ba? Negosyo niyo yan, ganyan, di ba? So, yeah, so let's pray for good employees as well, right? Yeah. Let's pray for good clients who understand and let's pray for employees who also understand. Okay, so we're now gonna go to the second side of it. So, ito yun, pinag-usapan natin yung medyo what we went through. Now, let's go to the other side, okay? Now, of course, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. How did you cope? How did you manage all these stress, all these challenges? What coping mechanisms did you adapt with yourself? Did you actually, like, did you seek professional help because the stress is too much, or did you bother all your best friends and and cried your heart out to them? Like, what did you do? Tell us about it. So let's start with Trisha again.
Okay, well, number one, I cried. Hindi ako muna, 'di ba?
Present? Kasama ako dun.
What I did after that, I stopped locking myself in my room, I
Mhm.
guess, and I developed hobbies. Kasi before pandemic, I was baking pa minsan-minsan, pero I think mas naging hobby siya ngayon. Parang
Okay.
something to do, para hindi lang ako mag-isip talaga. Right? Very
Right.
important to keep yourself busy. So, yun yung ginawa ko, I developed like different hobbies during the ano.
And that's a really good hobby, kasi you get to eat something.
Yeah.
And then when you eat it, you feel good even more.
Mhm.
Minus the calories.
Yun lang, 'di ba?
Yun. Okay. So you developed hobbies. Okay. So and this is a hobby that you actually did even beforehand, right?
Yeah,
So
but not so much. Mm.
were there new hobbies that you adapted as well, like you added uh, on top of uh on top of baking?
On top of baking. Well, in-explore ko lang yun actually.
Okay.
Kasi dati marunong cookies lang, that's it. That's all I knew what to do, how
Okay.
to bake. Pero yun, I started researching and all of that, and ayun, something to do talaga, and it's great. 'Di ba,
Yeah.
mas na-develop pa yung ano ko,
Yeah.
yung talent ko of baking.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. How about you naman, Dennis? Tell us, how
Uh,
did you cope and like what coping mechanisms did you adapt?
Coping mechanism. Uh, Kumbaga, with much sensitivity. Uh, Kasi ano eh, no, as men, we're not exactly, alam mo yan,
Expressive.
hindi basta-basta, wala, you know. Uh, we actually felt uh, mm, all those emotions, but we also tend to dismiss
Yeah.
them. Tapos, eventually, you come to a point where you reach out to your barkada. Mga
Mhm.
simpleng sa messenger pops. Ganun lang, pops.
Yes.
Pero walang kasunod.
Right.
And eventually, scene zone lang. No? There was one ano lang, there was one moment when I actually reached out to a really good friend. So, ano yun, basic lang ang kamustahan. And I think we were somehow, without mentioning anything particular, parang out of nowhere, bigla niya lang sinabi na kung hindi yan kaya ng yung sharing lang with the family or friends,
Mm.
you'd rather talk to a professional. Parang yun yung ano, no? Napunta
Yeah.
bigla doon yun. And
So this friend of yours mentioned na if it's something na hindi na makuha sa yung usapan, maybe you, that we should seek a professional. Parang he suggested. Yes.
yes,
Okay. And then what did you do?
uh, I dismissed I
You
dismissed the
dismissed it.
suggestion.
Yes. No.
Yeah,
Kasi naman, di ba? No, I wouldn't.
di ba?
Guilty
So,
ako dun, no? Actually, people have recommended that to me as well. So parang no. Yeah.
yeah. So, siguro after a few weeks back, and alam mo yun, yung every week of the lockdown is some sort of a weight diba, on our shoulders
Yeah.
na pumapatong on a weekly basis. It comes to a point na so, parang medyo sobrang diba. So, not necessarily remembering yung suggestion niya. Pero
Right.
I had this instinct to reach out. So there were a couple of people that I was thinking of calling.
Mm-hmm.
And true enough, I called one. And ako din nagulat eh. So doon nangyaring letdown. No? I wasn't exactly expecting uh, to bear that much. Tapos
Right.
uh, what I appreciated about this weekend, she just listened.
Yeah.
Walang ano, kasi very common yung, hindi, okay lang yan. That's
Yeah.
very dangerous, you know, that phrase, okay lang yan. That's
Yeah.
that's indifference. Diba? This one, she just listened. And for the second time, someone recommended that I consult a professional.
Wow.
So,
And if you don't mind me asking, did you seek a professional?
yeah, I did.
Wow, okay. So that's a bold statement, if I may say so, like Dennis, that's a bold statement because in the Philippines, it's not a well accepted or hindi naman so not well accepted. Parang there's a stigma or there's this thinking na the people who seek professional help are either maarte lang, nagtatapon lang ng pera, or either that or the complete opposite naman, which is may sira ka na ng ulo. Masyado namang extreme, right?
Yeah.
So, but but how did it help you? Like seeking a professional and talking about it, how did it help you?
Uh, Kasi we easily drop the terms stress, depressed. So, parang very casual, no? When in fact,
Yeah.
these are actual, actual uh, very significant things, at least in terms of our mental health.
Yeah.
Uh, so yun, hindi siya dapat ganun kasimple. Hindi siya, yun nga, no, sabi mo, parang maarte lang.
Mm-mm.
Uh, you know, I guess in simple terms to describe depression, uh, you, you, you lose focus and you tend to somehow drag yourself into just finishing the 24 hours of each day. Tapos ganun ulit kinabukasan. And as a business owner, you can't stay unproductive for a very long time. And I guess that's what pushed me to somehow consider it now.
Right.
Apart from wanting to become productive again. Uh, ano na, I guess it's our body signaling that take muna tayo.
Kailangan na. Kailangan na.
Painom muna. No,
Pahinga muna. Yeah.
yes,
So, I mean, just the same as when we go to the doctor, medical doctor for our physical body. So then we can go to a professional to help us with our mental health. Right.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Those are beautiful sharings, you guys. So, to all our viewers, so if you have questions, we can ask, we can read it out. But we have some questions here actually that we'll read. But here you go. A lot of establishments are closing up, others are with decades of history. What kept you going despite the impact of the pandemic? Yes, that's a good question. I mean, with all the stress and all the challenges, what kept you guys going?
Okay, go ahead. Sure.
Trisha?
Well, I mean, we could have closed down. Yun
Yeah.
yung palaging sinasabi ng mom ko, we could have closed down. Pwede naman. Kasi it's not like, di ba lately lang naman, nagbukas yung mga tourist spots. Lately lang naman pwede mag-travel. So, they didn't really need us. But people were depending on us. That's why we didn't close down.
I love it. Yes. People are depending on you. That's why you didn't close down. And that, my friends, is a real business owner. Because the business owner is thinking not just for themselves. Because if the business owner just decided to stop, okay pa sila yung business owner, di ba?
Yeah.
Makakasurvive pa sila. But the rest of the people, yung mga employees, they won't be able to survive. So, hats off to Unilink Travel and Tours. How about you, Dennis?
I was actually thinking of the same thing. Pero I guess on another perspective, it's much more personal. I don't want any regrets. I don't want any what ifs when all this is done. I don't want to look back and kunyari nagsara ako, no, if I decided to
Yeah.
close down, there would be a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
What if hindi ko pala kailangan magsara? Or
Yeah.
what if
What if
makasurvive
nilaban ko
naman pala
pala?
yung
Ganon.
yes. So yun, I was trying to avoid all those regrets.
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's the driving force why we all managed to still be here
Yes. So
despite all
proud.
this.
That deserves a clap. Wait a minute. And guys, I think that your employees probably love you even more now, right? Like because you stuck it out with them, even though there were some adjustments at the start. That you guys stuck it out. So that's really amazing. There's one question here I want us to answer here. Question is, ano ang outlet o mga outlet ninyo during this trying time? This is a very good question with all of the stressors that we're going through. Anong outlet nyo? Ikaw muna, Dennis.
One word webinar.
Webinar?
Yeah,
Talaga? Okay,
yes, yes.
webinar. Right. So
Doesn't
what
have to be
kind of
something that
webinars?
yeah, it doesn't have to be something that I'd actually absorb or that I'm actually interested in.
Okay.
Pero yun nga, no, you have to, you can't have an idle mind during this
Yeah,
period.
that's a good one. I would like that. Meron na tayong supreme word of the day. Tapos meron tayong supreme statement of the day. Yan. A supreme statement of the day. You can't have an idle mind. Dennis Landicho. Okay. Lagay natin yan. Yes, we cannot. We cannot have an idle mind because ang ending nun, kapag idle yung mind natin, anong mangyayari? Ano mangyayari pag idle yung mind
Masyado
natin?
pang maraming naiisip
Yes.
eventually. So,
Kung ano-anong mga mga worry. And then when they say na when you start worrying, no, parang it's like a snowball effect going down. Na parang ito yung
yes.
mangyayari, tas ito, palala ng palala yung naiisip natin, di ba? Right. Okay. All right. So, really wonderful words. I really love everything that you guys have shared. And do we have any more questions? Okay, some comments here. No, it says here, wise words. Yeah. Ganda. Wise words. Okay. What are the cost-cutting measures implemented in your companies this year? Yeah, I think in a way you guys answered this kanina, no? Yung parang you guys said na you did the bargaining um, strategy with your employees, and then 50% for Trisha, right? And then now it's going back to skeletal force naman. Okay, so I know that both of you, here's my last question for tonight. I know that both of you are part of a networking organization. Yes? Yes. So I'd like to find out, did that help you at this time? Na pagod na yung isip nyo, pagod na yung bulsa nyo, did it actually help you to be part of a networking organization?
Well, it definitely helped a lot. So, somehow being a part of more than an organization, it's actually, we could say, a safe haven for entrepreneurs during these times. And it really helps if, uh, kasi as business owners, it can be lonely. Wala ka na ano. When you are,
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
diba? So, ang hirap eh. So, kumbaga meron kang kakampi during these times.
Yes, meron kakampi. Kapamilya, ano pa?
That's the word.
Puso. Kakampi. Actually, that's very good. That's really nice, no? So with Dennis, he's saying na safe haven. Having your networking organization with you is a safe haven for you. How about you, Trisha? How did it help you?
Well, besides being a great help in terms of business, kahit pandemic, I would say it's great being surrounded by a group of positive and supportive people. Diba? Kasi nakakapag-brighten ng mood eh. Yan.
Yes. It's true, no? Like what we surround ourselves with is what we're going to be, no? So parang kaya yung maganda yung sinabi ni Dennis kanina na if you have an idle mind, so siya ng webinar, no? Keeping his surrounding positive, right? Always on the go, right? So that tayo mismo as business owners, we're also positive. Okay, so I'm sure you have more questions to our guests. Yeah, it's been a really wonderful episode with you guys. Thank you for opening up your hearts to me. And if you want to connect with our special guest tonight, of course, you can do that by just sending a message in our Facebook page, or you can also message them. And don't forget, of course, to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have topics to discuss or you want your business to be featured, you can, of course, comment down below. Okay? So, Dennis and Trisha, can you give us your parting words to everyone on how, okay, actually, dapat I should ask you the question. Pagod na ang pagod na ang isip, pagod na ang bulsa, kakayanin pa ba? Answer, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Kakayanan pa, of course.
Kakayanin, of course. Okay, so any last words to people who are watching? Trisha.
Well, I guess it's okay to be, parang scared right now. It's okay to be, feel down. Okay. Pero, just keep busy. Like, surround yourself with great people na positive, na supportive, and kaya natin to.
Yes, kaya natin to. Okay, how about you, Dennis?
Despite having said yes dun sa question, you don't have to be afraid of answering no. You don't have
Yeah,
to deprive
that's really
yourself
good.
of that weakness. Yeah, it's not exactly a weakness. No. It's actually strength to admit that you need help or hindi mo na kaya tuloy.
Right. That there is great wisdom. So if you feel that you really cannot, then it's okay. You can also say na hindi mo na kaya because then at that point when you say na hindi mo kaya, then you can determine what's your next strategy, right?
Yes.
You know, hindi naman yung hindi mo na kaya and then ano na hindi ganong levels, no? Yung parang realizing lang and accepting whatever is the limitation, right? So present ako do'n, 'di ba, event planner. Wala po akong magagawa kahit ipilit ko yung events, right? So, talagang accept and then adjust, right? So, very good. I love your answers. So, if you guys want to meet or surround yourselves with more positive and supportive business owners like these two wonderful guests that we have, or if you want to receive business referrals or grow your business, you may visit us. You may visit us every Wednesday morning via Zoom meeting. Just send us a message in our Facebook page. And of course, you can also watch it through through the messaging of our guest tonight. Okay. So before we end, I have a little game for the two of you. So
Ano to?
to all our viewers, this is on the spot for all of them. So for both of them. So we don't know if they will answer properly. So this is called our little version of a fast talk. So ang sagot nyo lang dito is kung kaya, okay? Kaya means talagang kaya nyo. Yung kaya, so ang sagot nyo lang dalawa, kaya, kakayanin. Okay? Kaya or kakayanin. Kakayanin means medyo challenging pero sige, kakayanin natin. Okay? So, I'm gonna uh, read out, I think I have about 8 words or statements here. And then you'll answer, both of you. Okay? Kaya or kakayanin. Okay, are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
First, saying thank you to something every day.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Kaya. Okay. Checking in on someone or connect with somebody.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Checking in on someone you don't like or a person na may utang sa'yo.
Kaya.
Kaya. Although I don't think that applies on me to me.
That,
Kung kaya.
why you like everybody? Wow. Trisha and
Well, wala naman
Celine.
akong ganyang situation, so I don't know.
Or like, mga ex, ganyan, wala. Okay.
Wala.
Okay, next. Unfriend toxic friends online.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Wow.
Pero wala
Wow.
pa naman so far.
Okay. Exercise daily.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Wow! Talaga ha? I will hold you guys to that. I'm gonna check, are you exercising daily? Okay, eto alam ko na sagot ni Dennis dito. Listening to personal development daily.
Kaya.
Kaya,
Kaya.
kaya. Yes, si Dennis. Okay, eto na. Letting go of travel.
Kakayanin.
Kakayanin.
Kakayanin. Letting go of eating out.
Kaya
Kakayanin.
naman.
Kaya naman. Letting go of worrying.
Kakayanin.
Okay. There you have it. So all the questions I actually asked you is related to questions that we should ask ourselves during this time of quarantine. So all these questions will help us. So if your answer is all kaya, it means that our mental health is on the right track. Okay, so again, my name is Janae Rabbit. Thank you for watching BNI Supreme TV, Confessions of a Business Owner, where we like to keep things real so your business can be supreme. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. See you
Thank you.
next week. Bye.